We begin with that breaking news. A jury finds David Ware guilty of all counts. The jury deliberating for 3 hours before returning guilty verdicts on all of the charges. First-degree murder for the death of Sergeant Craig Johnson, shooting with intent to kill and the wounding of Officer Arish Zarkashan, drug and gun possession, and obstructing an officer. Our Shay Smith has been in the courtroom for many of the 14 days of this trial, and she joins me now live at the Tulsa County Courthouse with the aftermath of this intense and emotional case. Shay.
The jury deliberated for just under 3 hours and returned that verdict around 8:30, and they found David Ware guilty on all 5 charges, including 2 of those key charges that were felony murder in the first degree and shooting with intent to kill. Now, the prosecutor, chief of police, and president of the Fraternal Order of Police spoke with us right after those verdicts were read. Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin says he is proud of his officers and commending their courage this week for taking the stand in the David Ware trial.
These were very young officers. These were officers with less than 3 years on. And the first time they are testifying is in a courtroom for the death of one of their supervisors. The first time Arish testified ever was in this courtroom yesterday, testifying against a man who shot him and testifying against a man who killed his supervisor.
Chief Franklin also talking about the courage it takes to be an officer. He says there are very few professions that require someone to put their life on the line.
The United States military and police officers that have to do the ultimate thing, and that is swear that they will die for this country, for these rules that we put on a piece of paper. They will die for that. There is no other profession that does that. Sergeant Craig Johnson paid the ultimate sacrifice.
The president of the Fraternal Order of Police also speaking to the media after the verdicts were reached. He said he was hoping for 3 things.
Justice for the community, closure for all the parties that were affected in a negative way with this, and healing so we can move forward. And the process is working towards those things. We're one step closer to that.
Counseling services and a peer-to-peer program is available to the officers who testified. Meanwhile, the prosecution satisfied with the outcome and convictions.
So one of the things we wanted to really remind the jury and focus their attention on was the fact that these are adult choices that were made and they come with adult consequences. And so today the jury was able to go ahead and for the first time tell Mr. Ware that there are consequences when you make bad choices.
Tulsa County District Attorney Steve Kunzweiler says although the jury convicted Ware, there is still another big step.
We still have a heavy load to lift, right? We're going in and asking the jury next week to give consideration to the death penalty, so we'll work that angle. That long road ahead the DA mentioned is Ware's sentencing. Now the jury will return to court Monday morning at 9:30 for his sentencing. They will decide between 3 sentences. That's life without the possibility of parole, life with the possibility of the parole, or death penalty. We will be live here Monday and we will bring you the very latest. Live at the Tulsa County Courthouse, Shay Smith, 2 News Oklahoma.